everyone, so I'm going to share with you my favourite skin bases or makeup primers. So primer and bases, they're not necessarily the exact same thing all the time, but basically these are just the bases or the primers that I find will enhance your skin or allow your skin to accept makeup a little bit easier, or for it to wear the makeup a little bit better throughout the day and stuff like that. So I'll start off with my personal one, which would be more like for combination to oily skin, because I do tend to wear makeup for very long hours throughout the day, and I have an oily T-zone that can cause havoc to my makeup. So this one here is the first one. It's a Vichy product, and it's not officially a primer. I would call it a makeup base. It's actually a anti-matte or non-stop matte effect moisturizer, but it works as a perfect makeup base. It's lovely and shine free on the face. It's not heavy at all. It's not like some of those other gel like you know, moisturizers for oily skin that can leave weird film on your face and can kind of come off in bits. This isn't like that at all. This immediately settles into the skin, which is great, and it just gives a really nice matte base for the face, and it doesn't feel like you've got too much on. So it's one that I would highly recommend. I got this recently and I've been wearing it loads lately, so I would definitely say for anyone who is more concerned with oil control, definitely give this a try. It's a really good moisturizer. Now, it's not to say that you might want to put another oil control kind of lotion on top of it, but this for someone who's a bit like myself, where it's not ridiculously oily, where like everything is just totally gone within a couple hours, it's a good first step for anyone who wants to work towards oil control. Then another one that I really like, which would be similar to that, and it's good for a combination to oily skin, but this one is a sunblock, believe it or not, but it is specifically for combination to oily skin, which is what I love about it. Again, it's Vichy, big surprise. And this is the Face Emulsion Dry Touch Protection for combination to oily skin. So that's what really drew me to this, because I've rarely come across skin face sunblocks, you know, that don't look kind of oily or shiny on the face, because a lot of sunblocks are like that. So this would be for anyone who does need that protection but wants a nice dry matte finish. Again, settles into the skin straight away, which is great. Doesn't give that obvious white look to the face. Now, it mightn't photograph well because it is an SPF of 30, so be aware of that, but for the sunblock factor, it's brilliant, and it works as a really good makeup base. And I was wearing that anytime we were looking to have a bit of sun, and it works perfectly under makeup. So that's one I would definitely recommend. Again, it's decent for oil control, so good for that. Another one for kind of normal combination oily skins would be this Clinique Super City Block. It comes with SPF 40 or SPF 25. I have the SPF 40. Again, brilliant for sunny days, for anyone who's a little bit paler, who might need a little bit more sun protection. Now, this is an oil-free daily face protector, so it not just protects against the sun, it also protects against the elements like, you know, pollution and stuff like that. This one is a little bit tinted, unlike the other ones. So it's a bit more, it's quite a skin colour. You know, it's not totally see-through, but it doesn't darken me up either. It's just a nice light, like really pale linen skin colour, say. It being Clinique, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but I really, really like it and recommend it definitely for anyone with, again, nothing too oily and nothing too dry necessarily. Then going on to actual primers. So these both here are very, very similar. They're mattifying primers as well. This is the MAC Matte Cream Mattifier, and then this is the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Anti-Shine Mattifying Primer. Both of them are practically the same thing. They're quite silicone heavy. So why that would work and why that's good for oiliness is that it basically forms a film over your face, and it stops the oils coming through, mixing it with your foundation and totally messing it up and breaking it down. Silicone is actually really good for dry skin as well, because with that film in place, it'll trap any moisture inside. So with dry skin, just make sure that you prepare the face really well and really moisturize and hydrate the face first. Then put your silicone on top, and that'll help keep everything in place. So it actually does really well for all skin types, but it is very good for oily skin because it will keep that shine at bay and keep it out. And some of these primers will also have a little bit of silica powder in it as well to help soak up the oil, as well as keep it locked underneath that film. But these are two that I use a lot and I highly recommend. So the L'Oreal Studio Secrets primer, I haven't seen it in Ireland recently. I did get it in Boots here in Galway, but I haven't seen it in a good while, so I don't know if it's as readily available anymore. The MAC one is in any MAC counter, so you'll be able to get that, and it's about $16.50, so it's not actually the worst price in the whole wide world. Then as far as dry skin goes, I love these two here. So when you want to prep your skin, you know, dry skin, it's something to give a bit of luminescence, to give a little bit of a pep to skin, because dry skin can tend to look a little bit dull sometimes. So I love the strobe cream, which is an illuminating moisturizer. It's like an emollient one. So this one gives a lovely like pearlescent glow to the face, and it gives a really nice rich texture to the face. It's really good, I find, for older skins or very dehydrated skin that you've hydrated well beforehand, or drier skin. So I really like this. I use this an awful lot on clients. It's about €31 here in Ireland. Not the worst ever. You get a good 50ml in it, so more than your average like foundation thing. And then this one here by Soap and Glory, it's the Instant Radiance Energy Balm. Again, it's slightly luminescent. It's just like, again, kind of like a skin colour, like a natural kind of pinky skin colour, but it just gives a lovely glow to the face. And this would have firming ingredients, so I actually particularly love this one for older skin. I use it on an awful lot of mothers of the brides, or on brides themselves who have drier skins, and I find it works as a really nice makeup base for that. So that's one that I would highly recommend. I get that in Boots here in Galway, so I can't really remember the price, but I don't think they're too expensive. And then as far as primers for totally resurfacing the face or smoothing out lumps and bumps, and you know, maybe filling in pores and stuff like that, I have 3 here that I really like. So going from the least expensive would be this Barbara Daily one. This is available in Tesco, and this is the Flawless Primer. So this was only about €12, I think. I got it recently. Now if you're very pale, you can see there it is quite tinted, so it might be a little bit dark on you. But once I blend it in on myself, it's grand. But there's a lot paler people than me here in Ireland, so it might still be a little bit too tinted for some people. It just does disappear on my skin, so it's grand, but I really like it. It gives that beautiful silky smooth texture, which I am a massive fan of, and I just found out my makeup went on beautifully over it. And for the price, it's absolutely brilliant, so I really highly recommend that one, the Barbara Daily one. The next step up on the price range would be this Bourjois Flower Perfection primer. This one again is fairly new here in Ireland. The Flower Perfection foundation isn't out here yet, and I don't know if it's coming, but the primer is out. This is so smooth. Again, it's pretty translucent, so it's good for any skin tone and any skin colour. It's not going to give you any kind of tint. So smooth. It's very similar to this, but without the colour. It's a little bit more moussey, which I like, but it's really soft. So really good again for filling in anyone who might have more pore issues around the nose and stuff like that. These kind of moussey ones are good because they really do literally fill it in. I mean, we've all heard that joke, the polyfill for the face, but it will go towards giving a nice even base for your foundation. And also these tend to be they tend to have like light refractors in them and stuff like that, so they do mattify and give just a more of a flawless look to the face. Even to wear them by themselves, it's good, so I would recommend that. And then the final primer I have here, you can see I don't actually tend to go for like really expensive primers like the Laura Mercier ones and the Bobbi Brown ones. As good as I think they are, I think I prefer to find really good ones that are a little bit more affordable. I just don't like spending that much on certain things. But anyhow, this is the L'Oreal Studio Secrets primer. Now you can get this one in the Boots here in Galway. It's the rest of the range that I haven't seen anymore recently, but this you can get. This again is one of those moussey types. You can see I've used a lot of it. It has a pink look to it, but it just disappears into the skin. It's a little bit drier in consistency and texture than the other two similar ones there, but it would be good for, again, filling in any areas that might be dented or any more porous areas. You have to be careful not to apply too much because it can kind of flake off or rub off into little bits if you apply too much. So a little goes a long way. That's the way all these things work anyhow. I think it's tempting sometimes to pack loads on and really cover your skin with it, but that's not necessary at all. This is one that is, I know it's won many awards in a lot of the UK and Irish makeup magazines here, and I really rate this as well, and I've used it on a lot of customers and I love it for underneath long wearing foundation and stuff like that. So again, it's a really lovely smoothing one. So any of those ones that say they're resurfacing or anything like that, they're really good for texture. And I know MAC have one coming out very soon, which is going to be very similar to those, and it looks like it's going to be really, really lovely. So I'm looking forward to that one coming out as well. That's the end of my favorite face primers or skin bases for now. So hope this was useful. Thanks a million for watching, guys, and I'll chat to you all really soon. Slán!